Hey guys, welcome to Uncrowned Kings podcast number 4. And today's topic, I just want to get straight into it, guys. I want to be able to give you guys a little bit of knowledge today on the topic of just being well-rounded, right? Not just being a one-facet individual, right? Because at the end of the day, one of the biggest things that I think that we run into in entrepreneurship in general is just going to be just not being well-rounded overall. I see it countless of times on Instagram, just people that are well off financially but are fat, or they're very, very athletic and very well built in their body, but their finances suck, right? Or their love life sucks and they're dating fucking threes. So at the end of the day, like, you have to be a well-rounded individual, right? You want to be able, why wouldn't you want to have it all? I don't think that the point of life is to be 100% in every single area. I think that it's more like you want to be 75% good at every single area. So you want to have money, you want to have the girls, you want to have the relationships, you want to have strong connections with your friends and family, and on top of that, you want to have money, right? You want to have financials, you want to be able to have liberty of your own lifestyle, just the whole enchilada. A lot of people tell you that you can't have it all in life, and you really can. You just have to be very hyper aware of what you want, right? So you have to be able to know exactly what type of lifestyle you want and what it's going to entail, what type of work that you need to put in to be able to get to that spot, right? Because I run into so many people on Instagram that are just, like how I said, they're either very athletic and have no money, or they're very wealthy and well off, but I wouldn't want to be them, right? So I feel like a lot of people nowadays, we look up to the wrong people and we're like, hey, I want to be just like them, instead of wanting to be and looking within ourselves and be able to say, hey, you know what? I have exactly what this guy has. What is stopping me from doing it better? Because, hey, I might be a little bit more athletic than this entrepreneur, or I might be a little bit more smarter than this entrepreneur. Maybe I might be able to make more money than this guy. Or let's just say, worst case scenario, or you're not able to ever catch up to that entrepreneur, right? And you never make as much money as him. But let's say your other facets of your life are awesome, like you're dating the most beautiful women, you have the best cars, or you're very athletic, you're very into sports, and like you have a well-rounded life. Because so many times I see people that are like, yeah, I look up to this individual, and I'm not going to say names or throw shots in this podcast. That's not my intention. But there's a lot of people that look up to other people, and I laugh. I'm like, dude, why the fuck do you look up to that fucking person? At the end of the day, I could go and smack the fuck out of this guy, and he'll never be able to do nothing. And that's it. Like, I don't know how you could have respect for someone that's not well-rounded, right? Like, I don't know how you could look at someone and say, hey, I want to be like that person, and that person doesn't have his, isn't able to fight, isn't able to defend his family, isn't like a well-rounded James Bond. When you think of a James Bond, that's exactly what you want to aim towards to be. That's why James Bond is so marketable. Why? Because he could do everything. Everyone wants to be like James Bond. James Bond has the car. James Bond could shoot. James Bond could jump. He's very athletic. He has a good build. Obviously, I haven't seen the latest 007. I know he's getting older. Obviously, you know, he's not going to look as good as he did when he was like younger. But my point is that everyone wants to be like James Bond because he could get the girl. He could fight. He could be able to. He has money. He drives the baddest whips. He says what he wants. He literally does whatever he wants. He's able to pull women. Just the whole 9 yards. And that's exactly what I feel like every guy is chasing. Because if I told you could have all the money in the world, but you're never going to find love, or you're never going to be able to date the most beautiful women, that would kind of suck, right? You would be like, damn, man, like, I'm working my ass off. Why do men work their ass off for money? It's for status. Yeah, we want to be able to dominate the marketplace. We want to be able to say we're the best, but ultimately is to be able to find a partner, settle down, and transition our seed to another person and procreate, right? So that's the number one thing that I think that a lot of people, and you guys have to start thinking about, is like, do I want to be this person just because he makes a lot of money, or do I want to be this person because he's a fucking badass, right? And I'm not saying that there's not going to be people that you shouldn't like look up to, right? And I really hate that word look up to, because when you're thinking about looking up to, you think that you're below them. In which in reality, just because they make a little bit more money than you, why does that make you less than them? You know, I'm still way cooler, way more fucking handsome, way more fucking handsomer than half of these fucking entrepreneurs, bro, that make way more money than me. I don't want to be them in a single day. I don't want to be anyone else other than me. It's not me being cocky. It's not me being arrogant. It's just me stating fucking facts. I don't want to be anyone else in this world other than Luis Jimenez, and I want to be able to go as hard as I can to be the best version of myself. Right? So ultimately, that's what I strive for. That's what I try to put in work towards. And I suggest that you do the same thing for your life. And your life will get more badass when you start realizing that you're your own hero. You have to be your own hero. I believe Matthew McConaughey, look it up. He had a speech that I really loved, because he ended up saying basically that a person came up to him and said, "Who's your hero?" And he said, "I think my hero basically is just me in 25 years or 5 years or 6 years, I think." And then the 6 years passed, and the person said, "So are you your hero yet?" And he said, No, man, I'm nowhere close to being my hero. I'm my hero 5 years from now." And it just keeps going. It keeps going, man. You have to be your own hero. You have to be your own light, because life is harsh, man. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to come and pay your bills. No one's going to come and do the work for you. You have to be able to put your head down in the sand and be able to work, but be a well-rounded individual. I'm not saying that you have to divide your time and say, oh, exactly 10% of my time has to go into my relationships, 10% of my time has to go. No, it's impossible to be able to divide your time equally in every single facet. There's going to be certain days you work more. There's going to be certain days that you're focused on your relationships a little bit more. You're trying to get laid that day, or you're trying to do certain things throughout that day to be able to secure some walls, man. You want to be able to get it done. And sometimes I know that half of the people that are hearing this are young men, right? And they get caught up, right? Like with women, with this, with that. And take full accountability of all your life. And that will be another separate podcast that I would like to talk about, accountability, right? Because you have to take accountability in every single facet of your life, but that'll just be another story. Back to what I was saying though. So 75% in every single area. You want to be the fucking James Bond of your fucking industry, basically. You want to be the James Bond, not of your industry, but of your life. You want to be a well-rounded individual to be able to say that you have every single facet done and corrected. Because if you're just that one person that makes a lot of money, man, like I said, you're going to be unhappy, because most of the time, let's just say when you get in a setting where you're speaking to a lot of women, or if you're a girl even and you're speaking to a lot of men and you're socially awkward, that's going to hurt your happiness. That's going to hurt you, because it's going to hurt your ego to be able to say, no one wants me, or hey, I haven't done this enough to be able to feel comfortable with this. So it just feels weird and it feels awkward. That's why it's important to work on every single facet of your life and be able to implement action and have a little bit of everything, man. I'm never trying to be the person that's just one-dimensional and just says, hey, I have a fuck ton of money. I'd rather have $10 million in the bank and someone else have $100 million in the bank, and I know how to fight. I know how to fucking make money. I know how to pull women. I know how to do just like standard stuff in life. Like, I just know more. Overall, I'm a more well-rounded person than that guy. So you have to be badass, man. You have to force yourself. If you don't know how to fight right now, you better learn how to fucking fight, bro. Especially if you're a fucking male in nowadays age, you have to be strong, man. You have to be athletic. You have to know something that puts you ahead of 80%, 95% of the men out there. And if you're a woman as well, put yourself ahead of 95% of the women out there as well, and get very fit, get very beautiful. Make sure that you're very attractive for the people that you're actually trying to please, or your soulmate, or your partner, or your husband, your wife, whatever the case may be. But you have to be well-rounded and be that individual that doesn't take no for an answer, and says, and doesn't fall to the false narrative of people telling you, hey, you know what, it's not possible. It's not possible for you to be able to be good at everything. There's no such thing as a fucking James Bond. Yes, there is. There is such thing as fucking James Bonds. Look at David Beckham. Look at Justin Timberlake. Look at all these people that are well-rounded individual. Look at Jason Statham. Jason Statham can do everything. Fucking Michael Jai White. Like, there's so many people that are well-rounded individuals that you're like, damn, bro, this guy could fuck me up. This guy could fucking make a lot of cash. This guy could fuck my girl. And on top of that, this guy could fucking make a meal right after, brother. Like, he could do it all. And there are people like that. It's just whether you're willing to embark on that journey and be able to put in the work, put in the consistency, be persistent enough to be able to get to that level. Okay? It's not simple. It's not hard. But it's very simple what you have to do. But is it like the traditional path that people usually take? No. Like, it's not easy. I'm not saying that. But it is very simple on the steps that you have to embark on to be able to become that strong man and strong woman, if you're watching it as well. I just like to tend to speak to men more, just because most of our podcast listeners are men. But for women as well that you're watching, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I hope this podcast gave you guys a little bit of clarity when it comes down to being well-rounded and being a little bit more self-aware of where you need to work on, because a lot of people are just like, just work on your strengths, work on your strengths. No, man, you got to be well-rounded, man. You got to make sure that you're ready for every single part and every single facet of your life. Because let's say you make a lot of money, but you get a lot of people are like, I don't need to know how to fight, because guess what, dude, I got security. Okay, what happens when your ass goes to the bathroom and you ain't got no fucking security, bro? And you're telling me your security is going to be watching you taking a fucking piss? What if someone comes up to you and you're a high net worth individual and that motherfucker doesn't like you, comes up, pushes you while you're pissing, and makes you fucking get piss all over your fucking jeans, and he tells you, what, pussy? What the fuck are you going to fucking do? And you're like, well, oh shit, I can't do shit. So at the end of the day, you have to be ready for every case scenario. Is that likely? I don't know, man. There's a lot of fucked up people. And especially if you're a person that's a high net worth individual, you're going to get fucked with. So you better be fucking ready. I'm not saying, hey, dude, I could whoop everyone's ass. I am not saying that. I'll take my L, but you have to stand up for yourself, bro. You have to be prepared for worst case scenario, because let's just say, one day, it's going to be that fucking day that you have to rise up. And are you going to be fucking prepared? If someone walks in through the fucking door and tries to fucking kill you and your wife, who's going to come out on top? Your wife is looking at you, saying, you better go handle the fucking business, brother. And if you're not fucking handling the business, guess what, bro? It's your fucking fault. You were not prepared, and now you and your fucking wife are going to fucking die. So when people are like, oh, why you train so hard? Why you do that? Well, maybe because I don't want to be a fucking bitch. That's why, bro. So keep working, keep training. I really hope this podcast gave you a little bit of clarity on what you guys need to work on. I really do appreciate all the support. We don't run ads on this podcast at all. So if you guys want to support the podcast, make sure you guys share it. I know that I use a little bit more profanity than the average YouTuber if you're listening to it through YouTube, but really soon we're going to be not just on YouTube. We're going to use other platforms as well to be able to get to you guys, probably Stitcher, iTunes, different platforms that we could probably get onto. But with that being said, just if you guys enjoy it, you guys know what to do. Hit that thumbs up, share it if you guys found it helpful. I really do appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.